Happy Thursday, everybody. We're on day 25 of this gratitude practice. I first want to start by congratulating you for 25 days of gratitude. This is an important milestone. I mean, we still have 3 more days, so don't stop here. But it's really important to acknowledge the fact that you are taking time for yourself and that you are working hard and that you are finding things in your life to be grateful for, and you're cultivating this gratitude so that you can awaken and be in love with your life and whatever is happening in the world. It's been an interesting time period because there are so many emotions that come through us. We can feel happy, and even though there are things going on in the world and we may have a lot of sadness, it's normal to feel a range of emotions. This is the human experience. We're blessed with the range of experience. Without the sadness, you wouldn't know what great joy is. So it is important to feel into all your feelings. I can tell you, I have been going through a lot of feelings in the last few days, even over this past month. And I've been seeing that when I log in and I am listening to other teachers and healers, that they too are going through very similar things. There's a lot of deep work that's happening right now. And this is what a lot of this time period is to confront our shadows, our demons, and to work through them. What's been coming up for me is that I have been spending a lifetime working on this feeling of being worthy enough, of being enough, of love for myself and love for others, of this relationship that I have with my mother. I have been spending so much time working on this and releasing it. And this past month has been really intense in these areas, and I keep thinking I've released it all. And then somehow these same narratives keep coming back in a new way. These past few days, I've been going again through this feeling of not being worthy, of not being enough, of not loving myself and not being able to love others, not being worthy to receive love or give love, of just this unconditional love that we think of coming from parents, but it doesn't necessarily come from our parents. And having to cultivate that and know that the universe loves us and that we love ourselves and that that unconditional love is out there for us in the world. So I encourage you that, as these stories, whatever the stories you may be dealing with come up for you, to just feel into them, to allow them to flow through you, to release them, and then let yourself feel lighter. And if these stories come up again, it's okay. There's so much to release. There's so much in us. We're composed of 31 trillion cells, I think it is. 31 trillion cells that make us up to be who we are. There is a lot. Each of these cells holds the memories of who we are. They contain the DNA that make us. So think about all that needs to be released. It's okay if it keeps coming back. It's okay if there's more to be released. Let it go. And then feel into that lightness that comes from that release and be that vibrant being that you are. As I was mentioning, we were talking about this unconditional love for the universe, and that's leading us into today's practice. The universe is always working in our favor. It can be hard to see sometimes. There's things that happen in our life. There's death, there's loss of work, there's loss of relationships. There are things that happen to us that can seem like that they are not in our favor. But these are the cycles of life. Nothing goes on as it is, and we're learning to deal with those cycles of life. And it's important to remember that no matter what happens, it's always working in your favor. That as you go through these experiences, if you allow yourself to feel through them, allow yourself to experience them, and allow yourself to release them, you will see that you emerge into a better version of you, the next greatest version. It's like an upgraded version of you. It doesn't take the pain away from these things, but pain is part of the human experience. And so we can use gratitude to help transform that pain into one which we can see some beauty in. And when we go through these situations, if you use that gratitude to transform that pain, you'll feel yourself feeling lighter, better understanding what's happening, and getting the answers that you need. So we can start this practice by starting with the small things and letting the universe be our cue. Everything around us we can be grateful for. It's so easy to feed into the negativity. It's also so easy to feel into gratitude and to be grateful. It's just as easy to switch that script and use gratitude instead of negativity and complaints. So when you hear a car going by, you can be grateful for the fact that there are cars that are still running, that people are still functioning while the world is on lockdown, and that they may be doing the things that you need to keep your world still functioning during this time when we're in quarantine. When you hear your heat go, you can be grateful for the fact that there are people running heat and that you have heat. If you hear news, be grateful for good news. If you are seeing your fridge, be grateful for the fact that you can still get food. Be grateful for the fact that people are still working to provide you food. If you see your garden and some of the vegetables aren't growing, be grateful for the vegetables that are growing. If you see anything in your life, find something to be grateful for. There may be the things that you're desiring. Maybe you want a relationship or you want a child. When you see a family, be grateful that there are children. When you see a couple in love, be grateful for love. Be grateful for the fact that your love is there. Be grateful for yourself. Be grateful for those things that you see around you. Anytime you hear an ambulance, be grateful for your health. When you hear a fire truck, be grateful for your safety. There are so many things that we can be grateful for, and we can let the universe guide us to that. Anytime you hear something, anytime you see something, think about the positive aspect that you can be grateful for. And we can start to cultivate that gratitude by just making this a regular practice. And it allows us to now switch that script, as I said, from one of complaint into one of gratitude. So I encourage you to make this a regular practice. Anytime you hear or see something, anytime that there is something that you wish for, maybe you want to lose weight and you see somebody in the perfect weight that you want, be grateful for the perfect weight. Maybe you want to get stronger and you see somebody who looks strong, be grateful for strength. Be grateful for the things that you desire. Be grateful that they are with you now, because you will draw them to you with gratitude. I wish you a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Bye.